Welcome back. That is not Jimi Hendrix, that's Baxter Clement playing through the Two-Rock TS1. And today we're gonna give you a little rundown on this sweet salmon pink baby to give you the fullest of fullest descriptions as to what this thing can do. I dig it. I don't see a whole lot of videos that go through it like this, so I enjoy doing these. If you like it, let us know in the comments. We'll do more of these. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good things there. Anyways, on to the Two-Rock TS1. Let's start with why it's the TS1. It's the tone secret, okay? There's no secret about it because it's pretty dope and it's awesome and it's out there everywhere. So I'm just gonna run through all the controls to begin with, and then we're gonna get a couple of sound bites in there too of Baxter playing for me. So I'm gonna kind of crack him into shape with a whip here in a second. But starting off, obviously our input, right? Then we go straight into our FET gain right here. Now our switches here, up is on, down is off, just so that you know. Some of you may know this, but I just like to share in case this is your first time seeing any of these cool amps, all right? The way this FET gain works too is it's kind of like a clean boost, and then beneath 12 o'clock, it actually pulls back and tightens up some of the bass, right? So as we push this thing forward, what you get is more push on the amp, right? This whole amp is built upon gain staging and stacking. So what I want you to start to imagine as we walk through these knobs real quick is this adds into this, adds into this, adds into this, and all the way up to this lead gain here, all right? So the FET gain works as a clean boost, and as I push it up more, it's pushing the gain staging in this amp to get to the point of overdrive. And that's the whole gist of it on that end. The general gain that we have here, set to noon right now, is gonna be very pristine and clean, all right? And then as I push this up, it gets a slight bit dirtier. The EQ switch above is the classic Two-Rock setting with their EQ 1 and 2. EQ 1 sounds a bit thinner, but it's honestly a lot more open, and I'm gonna display that here in just 1 second. I'm gonna let Baxter play through it. And EQ 2 is a little bit more gained up. So most people enjoy EQ 2 more, but EQ 1 actually has some fun features on this amp. So starting off, I just want the cleanest tone possible. Baxter, let it rip. Beautiful. Okay, now we're gonna hit that FET switch, and then in the middle of him playing, I'm gonna go from EQ 1 to EQ 2 so you can hear it live action. All right, here we go. FET on. Magic, right? So EQ 1 and 2, big difference there. I feel like on the Two-Rock TS1, that EQ switch almost has a high likelihood that you're going to use it more in the one position whenever you're going for cleaner sounds. Because EQ 2 has such a gain push, it almost takes a little something away whenever it is clean. Moving down through this though, let's get to the EQ section. So we got treble, middle, and bass. Once again, like with all classic Two-Rocks, if you roll it all the way down, it's grounded, so it's no longer there. It's completely pulled back any amount of EQ push that it's doing. Everything beyond 12 o'clock is pushing that, right? And then we've got our bright, mid, and deep pushes, which work as just really cool individual pushing envelopes of that EQ pattern. And then down here we have the bypass switch. Now what's really cool about this bypass switch is it sets all three of these to wide open. So whenever I click this on, once again, going back to that gain staging thing, it's pushing gain throughout that into our lead gain channel, which is right here. So what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna have it set with EQ 2 on, so we're gonna have a little bit of gain pushing up, and then our treble and mid switch pushed up. So you're gonna get a really good push sound from this right now. Deep, and then I'm gonna bypass the general EQ so that you can hear that wide open whenever he goes to play this. Here we go. magic. So that bypass switch is a lot of fun to mess around with and tweak, and all of these switches still work whenever you go into bypass mode, which is really cool. This gets us finally into our lead gain. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna cut on that lead gain so you can hear it straight away with the crunch. And then we're gonna come back through and I'm gonna show you how you can kind of set up this amp to start off with to have the cleanest sound and work your way up to dirtier and dirtier sounds until you were at the point of absolute destruction in the best way possible. So here we go. This is your lead gain. Filthy. All right, so now that we've got all the basics of this down, we're gonna cut all of that off clean, and then I'm gonna flip them up one at a time to show you just how much variety we have in this amp. I also want to state right now too that this comes with a foot switch that cuts the FET on and off, it cuts the lead gain on and off, and then I believe it cuts EQ 1 and 2, you can swap between them. So keep that in mind as we flip through these. Here's our cleanest sound, and while Baxter's playing, I'm gonna flip these switches and you will hear it continuous, kind of go in order of that distortion. So here we go. There you go. Super cool stuff. A couple of final things to say about this amp. For one, it has an amazing master volume. Two, we were using the EchoFix spring reverb unit that they sell in the effects loop. Here's the cool thing about the TS1. It is the only Two-Rock that has an active tube effects loop in it. It's fully buffered. There's no other Two-Rock with that. There are other Two-Rocks with passive effects loops, but this one can do passive, buffered on one side, which is your send, buffered on the other side, which is your return. Flip them on and off if you would like, flip them both on if you'd like, and then also two send and return knobs on the back that you can control the amount of the effect that is here too. So what I really want to state in this video is that this amp is way more versatile than I feel like it gets credit for, even to my knowledge, up until running through it like this and having a ton of fun digging into every detail of it. I would highly suggest you check it out and give it a shot. It is more than just a loud amp. It's a very pretty, clean amp. It's got tons of pristine sounds to it, and the stacking factors that you can do make it extremely versatile, where if you don't like pedals, like some people that I know, you can have something that might not even need a pedal at all outside of a reverb. So there you go. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments. Let us know what you thought, and we'll hopefully bring another one of these to you. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll see you next time.